doesn't do anything. I don't know why. That's weird.
Oh, we can't go any further until that's done. I don't know why it's not letting you do that. It doesn't make any sense.
Go.
Typing command, because you shouldn't be typing command if that's what you're copying off the board. Copy and pasted everything I put in the chat a few minutes ago. You should have it up on here. No one issue. Hey, can I borrow you for a second? Swanson, please. He's saying that he can't change. It's impossible for him to change his name. He's saying that enter is not working. I don't really know how to help him from that. I'm telling him he's getting it right. I've copied. I did. Okay. I copy and pasted the full chat twice. He's saying it's not working. So. Alright, we have a new recruit as well. Listen. Alright. Let me get them started. Yep. I know. He just went in. Oh. I guess he logged out. Maybe he wanted to pick Army. I have no idea. He logged in as I was speaking. No idea. Training 10 hours today. Just all I've been doing. Training. Just trying to gather as many people as possible at once. Doing 8 different people one at a time makes it easy. Alright, man.
Perfect.
Perfect. That worked. That's probably it then. Make sure also put your chat box and type exclamation Steve. Once you do that, press enter and then hit yes, and then make sure you're signed in. Make sure you subscribe to the Ice Fuse channel. If you don't, you'll be able to be whitelisted at the end and be able to play. So make sure you do that now. Let me know when you're finished, please.
Yep, I subscribed.
Perfect. Continue. Let me see if this gentleman, does he need to do INS training too? Is he trying to do INS?
Yeah, I am.
Making an INS account too? Okay. Same first thing. Look up on the board. Change it to that format, please. / Insurgent Army AKR, and then the name you wish to choose. And then we'll start from there. Assuming if you're in here already, you already joined the Steam group. Get up, Uncle Crack. Make sure you're typing it right, please.
I think I did.
Hey. No. Still says you. Make sure you're doing /name and make a space afterward. Dimitri, you have a mic, brother? Press X to talk. Press and hold back. You're not going to get a gun or play unless you do training, so you're wasting your time running around and trolling. Alright, we're going to continue without him. I don't have time for training. I don't know where the other guy went.
It's not working. It's not working.
It's probably because the name pick has taken, so add an extra letter to the last part of the name. The name's already taken. Same thing happened with this guy Alex here. He had to add an extra at the end of his name. That means the name that you're choosing has already been taken. Once he gets his name changed, we'll start. Kind of coast through it as in training. He pretty much did inside, so I'll kind of just go in depth with you, and he can just kind of breeze through. If he has any questions, he can ask.
Go.
And it's still not changing.
Yeah, you're not doing right.
Can you, like, just do it in chat?
I'll put it in the chat. You can copy and paste it. Yes. Yep. What do you want your name to be? Uncle Cracker?
Yeah.
I got you. Alright, I'll do it for you. Alright, go ahead and try that. Do it with 2 R's. Probably the reason why it wasn't changing for you. Just copy and paste the whole thing. I typed out.
Still not working.
Alright, maybe somebody else has it with 2 R's. I don't know. Try 3 R's. Trying with 3 R's maybe. I have no idea. It would be kind of crazy if somebody already has Uncle Cracker taking with 2 R's. But
Like, what is going on? You feel like a moderator, because this is weird.
I have an admin here to help him. He told the same thing that I'm telling you right now. I'm going to give you a different name temporarily. You can rechoose it later. Let's see if this works.
Yeetus.
Use that temporarily till we get finished. That way we can start the training and get this over with. Try to copy and paste that. Perfect. Your name was taken. All those names you chose before were taken. Alright, let's continue.
I did
You can change again at the end after you're done.
Lowercase r, capital R.
That doesn't, the case sensitive doesn't matter. It all puts in the name. Alright, anyway. Let's start this at the very end. When you do name change and you're accepted after your training, you can change your name to whatever you will from there. Alright, let's start. Like I said before, you've done it on U.S. Army already. Hold on real quick, actually. Hey, whoop up. See if he wanted to take you guys through training. I've done this like 20 times today. Anyway, I'll just do it. It's fun. Like I said, it's pretty much the same training here as U.S. Army. I don't know why you have to do it twice, but I guess it's rented for the server. I have no idea. So, since you know 95% of this, I'm just going to kind of let you coast through, and I'm just going to explain in depth for Alex. If you have any questions, just ask. Let's roll. Here's the IBO headquarters. This is pretty much like the military police for us. Like you have U.S. military police, this is our military police. You're not allowed in here unless you join this group and division of the IBO. Or if you're a DS Plus donator. This is where we take people and arrest them, handcuff them, and jail them. This is also where the raid alarm is. If you come in and decide to troll and ring the raid alarm, you will get an immediate ban, no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm going to show Alex for the radar so he knows not to press it so he doesn't get banned. Come with me, Alex.
Told you to go.
Alex, no, you can come in with me right now. I'm showing you as training. You're standing here if you want. Yeah, just wait by the door. Come with me, Alex. This is the room where the bell is that you'll get a 7-day ban if you decide to press it, or if you feel trolly or want to do whatever. It's an automatic 7-day ban. No jailing, no first time on risk. It's an automatic ban. So This decide to join the IBO and we get raided by the U.S. Army, this here you to our watchtower. This makes it easier to defend. You can point on the U.S. Army to where they can't raid you, but you can get a good down on them. You can climb up real quick if you want, just see. And that's only if you decide to join. Yep. And also, I don't know if you knew that, but you can go on and that will put you in third person if it makes it easier for training purposes. Makes it a little easier to run around.
Go.
You're good here, right? You don't need any questions or anything, bro?
No, I do not.
U.S. Armor to collect capture points. We host daily debriefings in which we do capture points, and we will have missions to where we have to hold a capture point for a certain amount of time, and if you take it, they win, vice versa. You also get XP while you do these capture points. It's the best XP in game. You also get, I think, $50 per capture, so you can rack a little bit of money up. I said there's 12 around the map. On this, it's unarmed, and you decide to go on the capture point and capture unarmed to try to have on the other player for being unarmed. You can be shot even though you're unarmed. But just no.
If I'm doing a, can I just like PTL and then go on if I see a capture, can I capture it?
We're going to talk about PTL in just a short second, like in another 2 or 3 minutes. We'll talk about it.
Alright, but if I go out,
I'll explain it to
can
you.
I just go on a capture point?
Yeah, I'll tell you about all that in the next. I'll tell you about that when we get there. We're almost there. 2 more areas and we'll be there. Alright, next, this is the kill house. Do you know what the kill house is already from the army side?
Yes, I do.
There you go when you want to try out for different divisions. It's, if you ever play Call of Duty, it's like when you start Call of Duty and you run through the beginning training map and you shoot all the wooden targets. We have them here. I'll take you up top so you can see what the kill house looks like. This is the button to start the simulation. If the kill house is being claimed by the INS, if it says claimed in the chat, you cannot come in unless you are a division. They're hosting tryouts. You must leave it open to them. This here is the board. After you do the kill house, you can check how you did. If they're in red, they haven't been shot. If they're in green on the map, that means they have been. You check your. After you finish running the kill house, you can come here and press. Resets all the targets. So just if the kill house is not being claimed, you can come in here and practice at any time. We can move on. Here's the gate where you leave at to go fight the U.S., capture points, and do whatever. Here you must ask for PTL, which is permission to leave. In order to ask for PTL, you must open your chat box with Y and type /comms, COMM space PTL. Go ahead and type that in the chat for me so I know you guys know how to ask for permission to leave. So read this wall here, type /comms. I put an example in the chat just so you know. Okay, web court, you got it? I need Alex to do the same, and if he completes it. Perfect, Alex. Now, once you ask for PTL, you look in the chat that you just typed in. You'll either be granted or denied. If 3 minutes have passed and you have not been granted or denied, if an admin or a higher up is either AFK or busy doing something else, if you have waited the 3-minute rule, you can leave it anyway. You don't have to wait for being permission granted. So if you've waited the full 3 minutes and you have not gotten a response, you're allowed to just leave anyway. If you a DS rank, which is a high rank that you won't be for a while, you can grant PTO members and recruits. Now, if you're a war hero, you don't need to ask for PTO. War hero is a certain class in the game you can be. You don't have to ask for leave for that class. Here is one of the 2 ammo boxes that are outside of the base. You can also buy ammo crates anywhere around the map. You can buy ammo crates anywhere outside of the map, and they cost money in-game currency. I suggest saving your money and not wasting it on ammo, because you can come here for free and restock your guns every time you spawn.
Shoot me in the face, please. Rake, shoot.
Every die you have to restock your ammo. Let's move on. They're here trolling. Let's go. Let's go. They're trolling. Let's leave. You guys, and you guys can't hear me, so I don't want to be around that. It's a wasted way.
I just haven't fucking...
Wouldn't be able to hear you anyway.
So yeah, bye.
It's our debrief room. If you see in the... Go ahead.
I go, and I'm on the base, and I take capture, and I capture it solo.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want when you're outside the base. Rules that occur when unarmed and armed, which I'll talk about toward the next part of the training. I'll explain all of that. Alright, and here with me, this is the debrief room. If you see in the chat INS to debrief or INS to DB, drop everything you're doing and get in here immediately. This means there's a mission or something important going down that you need to attend. One second, they're doing something in here. I'll bring you back later. Let's go. It's important. I don't have the authority to really say what to do. Here, at the door. Wait. Alright, take your time. Just let me know when you're back. Real quick, Alex, because I'm sure he knows. Every door in the whole server, there's a 3-second rule. Whenever somebody in front of you enters, you must wait 3 seconds entering through the door. Cordy, come forward before you get somebody else stuck that's come through the door. 3 seconds before entering any door, you will get stuck. If you get stuck and you're not able to, by jumping or moving, which it's a 50 chance up, you must call an admin. An admin can take anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes to show up. So just waiting the 3-second rule will eliminate wasting 30 minutes of your time waiting for an admin to manually move you. So it's better just to wait the 3 seconds. So I'm going to go first, then one of you goes, and the other person goes 3 seconds in between. Into your class, and every time you die, you are allowed to go in here at any point in time. This is where you join. You are not allowed to go in any other division's barracks. You can't go in, so you're allowed to just go in Army until you try out and join a barrack. Then you cannot go in Army anymore. You can only last you're assigned to. And this here is Red Unit, another. It's a special barrack.
How do you become a sniper?
I did tryouts for it through the ITD. I would talk to Mayo in TeamSpeak. That's who took me to it, Mander. Could probably take you through.
Okay, thank you.
You may already have it. Try to click it. Switch roles. You may already have it. It's worth a shot. If not, you can ask to be switched, and I'm sure they can switch it. Go 4 and hit ITD, Tactical Division, and try to hit Sniper. If you can't, you must ask for one of the commanders to change you, or ask for a tryout for. Anyway, this barrack is empty here. We're hoping to get a Air Force for the INS, so hopefully, and everything goes good with that, this will be the military police for us. That's Here's room. 3 seconds at a time, and one at a time after 3 seconds.
Go.
On a bunch of things and have an all-out war in here. That can only be hosted by a second lieutenant, or if a sim is going on in the chat, they will advertise it multiple times that a sim is going on. If you're not here when the sim started, proved to be in the simulation, do not come through that door while the sim is going on. If you were and randomly join the sim and start shooting and join on the simulation, it will count as an RDM, which is a replay deathmatch, which is a jailable offense. So if you started the sim when it started, then you're free to run and do whatever they're doing in the simulation, but you cannot start the simulation. You're not a high enough rank to host your own simulation. So let's move out. Blow up, you control like that, that's fine. Gray line and you think it might be racist, I would suggest not doing it. It's an automatic 14-day ban, your first offense, so that kind of racism's not top. On top of people's heads, I don't really give a shit, but you do it to a commander, you'll probably be jailed for that because it's considered minging. Fines. Do you know how to open your console? If you played CSGO or anything like that, you know how to open your console up? Yes, no. You already have your salute. Perfect.
I do.
You're good. Take Alex to it. Okay. So Alex, once you open your console up, I'm going to put something. I need you to copy and paste it into the console for me, please. Wait till I type it out.
I need water.
Alright, I just typed it. Copy and paste that into your console, please. So you copy and pasted it into your console, and I will see if it worked or not.
But if you guys move on, I can, if I'm AFing, you all
Perfect. You
move
look in
on,
the chat,
I
it
can
shows
just-
that you stood at attention and salute. That's fine. I still need to take him through this. You're done getting water or whatever. Just don't take for please 5 minutes or whatever. That way I'm not at the end and I get in trouble for not
No,
taking you.
I got it. No, I have water.
Okay. I know you know what you're doing. I just want to get my ass chewed out for it, that's all. I know you know what you're... Alright, salute sweat. You can take a picture of this, a screenshot of this, and you can do this after the training. If you do go to our store at icefuse.net, you can sign into your Steam account, go to packages, military, weapons, and buy the salute sweat. It's completely free. It's to other paid apps that cost money, but this one, like I said, is free. This will offer you not having to press P. Instead, you can just press the number command that it is. Your button like I'm doing now, and you'll be able to salute that way. That's optional. That's not mandatory. That's just if you want to. Common terminology. Attention, obviously standing still at salute. An officer, a high commander in the area, and you're told to salute him, still at attention, and salute until they say at ease. Once they say at ease, you may stop saluting. AOS stands for arrest on sight. Only the IVO, our military police of the insurgents, have the handcuffs and the baton and the taser to arrest people and jail them. No other class can do any type of arresting because they do not have handcuffs. The top line is very important. You'll be jailed, and if you do it again, you'll be banned. Only BK T plus rank, which is the highest recruit rank that there is. Takes a long time. They're only allowed to use the /advert command. Advert command advertises the entire server to follow a command that it must. So you don't have the authority to type /advert and say whatever you want other people to do because you're not high enough rank to do so. Comms is the next command. Only use comms for PTL and PTS. PTS is permission to speak. The debrief room we couldn't go in because they were holding a mission in there. You must ask for PTS in that debrief. You're not allowed to speak otherwise. We do have to go there at the very end because we skipped that before we finish. After we finish this room, we have to go there for 2 seconds. I have to explain a few things and then you'll be done. So, if you wish to talk, and normally to the whole server, because you can only use comms when you're leaving the gate, you could type /OOC server to see what you're saying. If you look down in the chat now, you can see everybody's using OOC. That's just a general chat room for you to speak to everybody on the server. You're not both the Army and the Insurgents in OOC, you can use LOOC. /LOOC is for local, only people near you can hear you. Now we have yell, /Y. If you wish to yell in a single room with a group of people, you use /Y. It makes everybody in that room able to hear you. If you're standing next to somebody and you don't wish for the whole room to hear what you're saying, you can do /W. It'll whisper to the person next to you. If you wish to send a private message anywhere on the server, you can use /PM and add their name and type your message, and only they'll be able to see what you type to them. General ranks of the server from the chain of command. From the bot, you don't have to memorize these, just so you're familiar with what they look like. Same with the officer ranks from bottom to top, and same listed ranks. After your training, you will start at the bottom at SB and work your way up as you're promoted. Basically, I'm going to sum this up into one thing. This is a serious server, meaning you play the game, you have one life to live. Even though you can respawn, you should play like you don't have another respawn. So you must be serious. RP, if your RP happens...
Just kill them.
Not in a second. This is the part where I explain all that. This is the part where I explain all that. Your RP happens when there's a 2-to-1 ratio. If there is 2, are allowed to command them to do whatever you want. You can tell them to leave the area. If you're capturing a point and you do not them the point and you have 2 of you and 1 of them and they are unarmed and you are armed, you can either command them to follow you back to the base to be jailed, and you can give them off to an IBO. You can command them to say you have 7 seconds to leave the capture point or I'm shooting you, or you can command them to follow you. They're pretty much your prisoner while you're out if they're unarmed. If they are armed, you automatically can shoot them whenever. If you leave the base and you're armed at any time, you can shoot anybody else that is armed. You cannot shoot a U.S. Army that is unarmed. If and you are armed, if you shoot them, you will be jailed. You must check, scope in, and check to make sure they're armed. Now, if you're unarmed as well, they cannot shoot you either. Note that run around out of the base unarmed, you can go wherever you want, and you will never be messed with. You won't be shot. If you are shot while you're unarmed, report it to an admin or a moderator, and they'll handle it. Spy engagement. Ignore that whole rule. There's a certain class of spies in our server, but you have to try out for that. And if you do try out for that, they'll explain all of that to you in the spy command. Other most important thing for us, never shoot another insurgent member, whether you're on base, outside, anywhere. Somebody's trolling and says, hey, shoot me, I want to respawn somewhere else. They're just hating you, they want you to get in trouble trolling you. Never shoot another insurgent, regardless to, even if the commander says that's her, never do it. Codes, code green, pretty self-explanatory. The base is perfectly neutral state, just continue on as normal. Yellow means possible hostile activity. Weapons safety. When your weapon is out, you can press the E button and the R button at the same time, and you can take your gun on and off safety. Code red means we are being raided by the U.S. That means if you see any U.S. on the base at any time, you can pull out your weapon regardless and open fire on any U.S. that is on it. You do not have the authority until you are up the ranks at the bottom line, JAG or IBO, to call the base codes. You can base as a code green, yellow, or red until you have the authority to do so. I'll explain it. Here are self-explanatory as well. I'm not required to go over them all, so I'm going to go over just the basic points. The top line, if you're not a suicide bomber, you cannot blow yourself up. We have a quadrant, which is suicide bomber, where you wear a suicide vest and you can run up to U.S. Army and blow yourself up and kill whoever's around you. That is allowed. What you cannot do is nuke a frag in your hand and run up to somebody and blow it, and that's considered suicide bomb as well, but you cannot do that unless you're a suicide bomber. Now, here's a very important thing. If you, like I said before, if you leave the base unarmed, not able to be shot, but if you come up to a U.S. Army that is armed and they're commanding you what to do and you're helpless and you cannot pull out your weapon, here's what you do to pull out your weapon and be able to fight back. Run around an object that is not to be seen. You have to run around the other side of a wall, a car, a tree, anywhere where you cannot be seen. Then you can draw a weapon out and come back and show that your weapon is out. Then you can continue to shoot them. I will show you an example. I'm going to say, like you guys now, or U.S. Armies with your gun out on me. Right now, I'm unarmed. In order for a weapon out, I must stay here. I must run behind it, go around this pile, then come back out with my weapon and shoot from there. But you can not by any now unarmed like we are now. Alright, just listen, this is very important. You'll be jailed for it if you don't listen. If you're unarmed and 2 U.S. Army is armed, you cannot just out of pop out and just start firing in quick draw like it's a Wild Western movie. You can't do that. You'll be jailed for that. The only you can out if you're not armed is by running behind an object and pulling your gun out. You can't just quick draw people because they can't shoot you if you're unarmed, so you can't just magically decide you want to pull your weapon out and spray them so you have the advantage. You can't do that. Is that understood? Can we move on? Rules. These don't apply to you. You're not a high enough rank to raid. Only war heroes and war criminals can do a solo raid. If you ever make to that class or you become a war hero, in order to perform a solo raid, which means you can hop in the U.S. base and kill whoever you want, you can only have 6 of the 12 points around the map captured. If you do not have 6 or more captured, you cannot host a solo raid. If you host a solo raid and you are a war criminal or a war hero and you make it to that rank, in order to do a solo raid, you must announce it first on comms command, announce that you're doing a solo raid on the U.S. Army. Once you do that, you can jump in and do whatever you want in your base and kill whoever you want. You can run anywhere in the base as long as you're not killed, and you can kill whoever you want. Once you are killed by the U.S. Army, you must type in comms again and say raid over and put the, if you look up in the top right of your screen, you'll see the date and the time. Whatever the time is, you must say raid over at that time. Now, if you still have 6 points captured after the raid over, you must wait a 15-minute cooldown to announce another solo raid. So you can't just do immediate solo raids every time you respawn. You must wait 15 minutes. Good to go? Alright, generals, don't disrespect or talk down to any other branches of the INS that will result in an instant demotion from your office. Do not ask for promotions in your rank. Don't ask to be upgraded. Don't say, oh, I've been at this rank now, can you upgrade me? Do not ask to do that. You will be demoted. If you say you're not a... You guys are going to see either a medic or a fighter once you finish training. Say, oh, I want to be a sniper. You can ask your officer to change you to a sniper. Tryouts. Tryouts will be hosted all around the map. If you look down at the map right now, it says hosting IVO tryouts. That's our military police. They're hosting tryouts right now. You can go do tryouts and you can become a military police. Anytime there's a tryout, hosted in the tryout and give it a shot and see if you pass. What?
Screen map. Is there a screen map that I'm just not seeing?
Not that I know of, we don't need that. Once you get familiar with the area, there's a few points that you'll see. The map is very small, but the map is very, how do I say it, compact. All the points are within general location. And to be honest, if you're running around outside the map with your gun out anyway, you're probably going to get a gunfight pretty it. There's a lot of people fighting out there, and 24/7, there's always people out there going to war with each other. So once you go out and practice around and go around, I would suggest going out your farm. That way you can't be shot. That way you can get familiar with the map. That way you know where all the points are and where the call-outs are, etc. That's what I would suggest. Now, say you join the IDO, the military police, and your job, you don't like arresting people, you don't like having to deal with that. You must wait 3 days after joining in order to join a different branch. You are also limited to having one character per faction, so you can have one U.S. military like you are. You have one of each. You're allowed to do that. Alright, face movements. Look at these 4 facing and study them. And then we're going to do a small test just so you know what the movements are. Please go against the wall and face me. And on the wall with your back to the wall and face me, please. All the way to the wall. Thanks. Alright, I'm going to say left face. That means turn to your left in a 90-degree turn. So next to you, if there was somebody next. Out to your left, 90 degrees. Alright, perfect. Now face me again. Turn back to me. If you haven't already, press F1 and go into third person mode. It makes it a lot easier to do your faces. Alright, anyway. Now face me. Now do right face. Turn 90 degrees to your right. Perfect. Now turn back. Now you're going to do an about face, which is turning around all the way 180 degrees facing the wall. You turn over your right shoulder. Never turn over your left shoulder. That's the main rule. So do an about face. Turn and face the wall. Right shoulder only. Perfect, Alex. Now stay there. Now front face is always facing your commander or whoever's drilling you, which in this case. So you turn over your right shoulder and face me. When I say so, front face, turn over your right, no, wrong way, Alex. You must always turn over your right shoulder. Turn to me, front face. Perfect. Alright, those are the 4 movements that you need to know. Just a quick little quiz so you know what they are. Almost done, by the way. Skill points. If you look in the top right of the screen, you will see what level you are. Every level you get skill points, which you can add towards increasing your health, increasing your running speed, increasing your jumping height, increasing your fall damage, etc., etc. Every level you gain, you can add an experience point to a certain work you want to do. If you press F4 and go to the bottom, you'll see it on the left side. It'll say skills. Click that and you can see what skill points you can add to what stats. For most parts, divisions of the INS, there's TeamSpeak. It's pretty much mandatory for most divisions. If you don't already have TeamSpeak downloaded, I suggest Googling TeamSpeak 3 download and taking it to download. In order to join different divisions, they will request that you need TeamSpeak. It will be mandatory. So if you're not in TeamSpeak now, if you are already in TeamSpeak link. If not, take a picture or a screenshot so you know to join the TeamSpeak link. Alright, I'm going to take you back to the brief room real quick, and then we will come back here, and I will get you whitelisted so you can start playing and shooting some people. Remember, are called to debrief accordingly. When you start and you get a training, you will automatically be an officer. You will always one behind the other. You will line up here at Army exactly like you're doing now. If you join other divisions, try out for other things, tactics, base ops, forces, you line up in the according line as to what you join. Never come on the stand here. This is where the commander comes that's hosting the insurgents, and the high commanding officers are the only people that stand up here. When you are in here, if you wish to speak on the floor, if you see behind the stand it says PTS is active, you must chat /Y, which means yell, and you must type PTS and wait till you are granted speak. If you keep asking for PTS and you feel like you're being ignored, just go ahead and talk anyway. You will get in trouble. So let's move. To show you how. Alright, let's move on. To that little pink room, the room at the end.
What?
Anyway, you won't be able to do. Fill out your paperwork and get an admin. And please do this. I'm going to type it in the chat and copy and paste it for your name. You're going to change your name. Do that, copy and paste it, except where it says name, erase that and put whatever name you wish to be. If it's not working, that means your name is taken. Please choose a different name. Paperwork, give me 5 minutes, and then I'll call it that.